I've come to the realization that my entire life I've only outputted 30 to 40% of my maximum output.
Why do you negotiate with yourself?
I've lost.
I just saw today.
Beautiful though.
Who would have thought? Guys, look at this city. The camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's like literally all you can see. It's pretty cool. There's like dogs and coyotes barking over there. I have no idea where I am. I'm at like some random desert spot. I don't know. Guys, this shit reminds me. You know that song? It's like, the sun'll come out tomorrow. I bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it reminds me of. Look at that sunrise, bro. Isn't that just beautiful? Doesn't that make you just enjoy life? Look at this. I mean, that's pretty awesome if you ask me. Once it comes up over that mountain, it's gonna be beautiful. Dude, look at that. I mean, isn't Earth just beautiful? How can you look at that? That's just insane. It's so pretty. Well guys, there it is, the Arizona sunrise. Kind of just looks like a normal sunrise, but it is beautiful. So, today is day 30 of the 30-day going 100% challenge thing I was doing. And for some reason with my brain, which I guess it's good that I figured this out now, but I tend to work significantly harder when I have like a deadline in place. Like I did 75 hard and I did it. Like it wasn't that difficult. It's just consistency, you know? And it got me thinking because like I did this 30-day challenge because before I realized that I wasn't, you know, operating at 100%, like 20-30% every single day, and just convincing myself that I was working at 100%. And if we go back to what does that mean? Well, basically means that I was tricking my brain into thinking that I was actually doing money-making activities and moving the needle, when in reality I wasn't at all. And so it's funny because my brain, once it has a deadline or once it has pressure or once it has like a set time frame of what I'm supposed to do, then I accomplish so much more. And I'm so susceptible to comfortability that if I don't have that deadline, then I don't do as much work as I should. And so it's good that I realized that, because now I can obviously change it and just set deadlines for myself. And if I'm being honest with y'all, I didn't operate at 100% every single day. Some days were, 75%, some days were 95%. I think it's impossible to operate at exactly 100% because eventually you're gonna be going to the bathroom or eating food or something, but I definitely accomplished a lot. And we'll go over what I accomplished in 30 days. And it's just the beginning, really. I mean, 30 days is a short time period in the grand scheme of things, but years are just 30 days 12 times. And years go by fast. Time goes by fast. It's crazy because 10 years from now I'm going to be looking back at this video. I'm going to have made it a year from now, whatever, and I'm going to be like, damn, that felt like yesterday. So it's weird. It's definitely weird. But this is the first time I've lived by myself completely. Not like without parents or anything, but just in general lived by myself. Like I've always had a roommate or somebody. And it's weird because I realized that the biggest enemy of yourself is you. It's not some guy from high school that you're jealous of. It's you. If you are jealous of somebody or envious, at the end of the day, it's a you problem because you're not in the position that you want to be in. And so I'm sitting here recapping on, my last 30 days. And it's funny because going back to how time flies, you think that it's gonna be so much longer than it is. Like when I was on day 5 and I was making content, and I've never made content before. I had a YouTube channel when I was like 14, but making content just in general on Instagram and everything, it's weird because you fetch for views, but in reality I'm doing it for myself. I'm making these videos so that there's proof that I came from nothing when I make it. So when I make it and people say, oh, you got lucky, you got this, you got that, how did you do it? I'll just tell them to look back over the views, if that makes sense. People coming up here. But yeah, I don't know. So it's weird. People are coming through, so I'm leaving. Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I think it's strange that, you know, my brain is just wired like that. I completely forgot where I left off. I was just having a conversation with those people. Living by yourself is one of the most important things you can do, I think, because you're faced with your greatest enemy, which is yourself. At the end of the day, if you can find yourself and find what your true goals are and your why and all of this stuff, then obviously that's going to benefit you in the long run. And it sucks. I mean, you know, battling against yourself every single day sucks. And that's what it takes to operate close to 100%, is you have to battle with yourself, because your brain is so used to the comfortability of just working at 30%, calling it a day, and going to sleep doing the same thing every single day. And especially if you have a job or 9 to 5, it's so easy to become comfortable, you know? Morning. And it's so easy to get lost in just being comfortable. And that was the main problem. And that's kind of why I moved here too, with 2 months living expenses, is I knew that, you know, if I wasn't getting out of that comfortable stage, then I would never grow. And I was always battling against myself, but I never confronted myself because I didn't live alone. I could just distract myself. I think that once you confront yourself, then you can kind of, you know, look deeper into yourself and figure out, like, I'm not doing enough that I should be doing, like not even close to it. Because I guarantee you, most of you aren't even close to your full potential. And I'm not even there yet, you know, because it's something that you work on every single day. I have this philosophy, Kaizen, tattooed on my arm. And the westernized version basically means the philosophy of getting 1% better every day, but the actual version is continuous improvement, you know, doing the same thing every single day and getting slightly better every single time. And just improving every single day and chipping away at the stone that makes the sculpture of yourself. That was a bar. Hey, somebody clip that. Biggest thing that I learned after these 30 days, and yes, I did accomplish something, we'll get to that, is one, if you're gonna make content, make it for yourself, don't make it for other people. If you're teaching something that you enjoy to teach, but that other people might not enjoy to hear, then just teach it. Because I really think that at the end of the day, when you come back and you've made this content, people are gonna watch it either way. Because once you succeed, people are gonna think, oh man, he was right the whole time. And that's gonna make people go back and watch your content. Unless people are just lazy, which most likely they are. But so the biggest thing I learned after these 30 days is that you have to live by this philosophy of Kaizen. You have to live by this philosophy. That's honestly why I got tattooed to myself, is because, you know, if you're not continuously improving yourself and improving your state of mind and your work and chipping away, then what's the point of living? I really think, what's the point of living if you're not continuously improving yourself? Because then you're just sitting there and you're not really accomplishing anything and you're just kind of half-assing everything. And let me be clear, some of the content that I pushed out during these 30 days was not my best work, which is why I'm saying to you that I guess technically I failed the challenge. I don't think I did though. I mean, it's just as close to 100% as you can, and I do think that I did that. And I do think that I definitely improved myself over these 30 days and definitely became a better person overall. You know, I think one of the biggest factors that made that happen was the fact that I am living by myself. And I didn't even realize that my biggest enemy was myself until I lived by myself. And then over these last 30 days, I just kind of realized, wow, I am my biggest enemy. But the good thing about this is that with normal enemies, you know, you can try to convince them, you can try to do this, you can try to do that, but with yourself, you're always with yourself. And so you can confront your enemy head on, solve that problem relatively quickly through discipline. And it's not motivation, and it's not pretty, and it's not some video you see on Instagram that's a motivational speech, a motivational edit, you know what I mean? it does work. It's just discipline. It's just Kaizen. Getting consistently better every single day. Sweeping the same floor every single day. And it is very interesting to me because you don't realize that. I mean, nobody tells you that, you know? They say no one's coming to save you, but when you really look into that philosophy or that saying, no one's coming to save you, it's not that nobody's coming to save you and help you in business or something, or in life. It's that no one's coming to save you. You're the only one who can save you. I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm trying to get out of here is that you're the only one who can save yourself from yourself, if that makes sense. And I realized this and I was like, oh, okay. So I realized this probably on day, I don't know, 3, 4, relatively soon into the 30-day challenge. Every single day, you know, I just chipped away and became a better person and worked harder. And sure, you have bursts of momentum and bursts of energy and then you're out of it again. And 100%, I mean, when I started out day 1 through day 5, I would say, I was so hyped up, I was so excited to do the challenge, and then day 6 hit. Don't quote me on the days, but day 6 hit and I just realized, oh, this is gonna be tough. Because it drains you. Working at close to 100% drains you. And I would say I averaged 85% output, like just being totally honest with myself and with you. I would say I averaged 85% output. I would say there was 15% that was wasted time. So if you want to call that failing the challenge, then all right. But I don't think I failed, because without this challenge, I wouldn't be where I am, if that makes sense. I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. And like I said, it's not pretty at all. It's not pretty. It's pretty ugly, honestly, because it's just a fight every single day. It's just war every single day with yourself. But here's the thing is, I've come to the realization that, you know, it's a battle with yourself, but I think that battle only lasts a short period of time until you can conquer your mind. Obviously, it's Kaizen, right? Continuous improvement every single day, because one day you could have your mind mastered and the next day you couldn't. But at the end of the day, you can conquer your mind pretty soon in a short period of time. And that doesn't mean mastering your mind. I think those are two very different things, but you can conquer your mind. And I think most of the people watching this don't have their mind conquered yet. They just live every day on autopilot and they don't actually have their mind conquered. Who is honking? Oh, it's this guy. They don't actually have their mind conquered. They just do the same thing every single day. And so if you haven't conquered your mind, or maybe now you're coming to the realization that, oh my gosh, my biggest enemy is myself, which I guarantee for 99% of you, that is the case. And you can gaslight yourself into thinking otherwise, but for 99% of you, that is the case. Then I think you can become a better person overall. And I challenge you to do some sort of 30-day challenge, because 30 days can really turn your life around. Do something hard every single day. My hard thing was I posted on social media every single day, Instagram and YouTube. And LinkedIn, I posted on LinkedIn every single day of the year. Challenge yourself to do something tough that conquers your mind, that gets you closer to conquering your brain and winning. Because if you don't have your brain conquered, you're never gonna win. You're always gonna have some sort of excuse. You're always gonna have some sort of laziness. You're always gonna have this or that or this or that. And if you can conquer your mind quickly, then I think you can, become just a really good person overall. You can help more people, you can make more money, you can fix that business of yours that you've been trying to fix. I don't know if I'm just rambling on here, but I'm just kind of saying, and this is gonna be a longer video, I know that for sure. You have to be able to tell yourself, hey, we're gonna do this, and then you actually do it. You don't bring up an excuse. Hey, we're gonna wake up at 4 a.m. today, and then you don't hit snooze until 5:30. Hey, we're gonna hit the gym today, and then you don't make up some excuse like, oh, I don't have time to hit the gym. Make time, wake up earlier, work harder. And here's the thing is, it feels good to work hard. In the moment, you wanna just be lazy and you wanna say, oh, here's an excuse so that I don't have to do this. But in reality, if you do the thing, you're gonna feel so much more accomplished. I heard somewhere, forget his name, I know, a bald guy, he does podcasts, or maybe he's not bald, but shaved head. Thinking about the thing isn't doing the thing. Researching about the thing isn't doing the thing. Preparing for the thing isn't doing the thing. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing it. And I could completely be butchering that quote, but it gets the general idea out there of, you know, if you aren't actually doing what you said you were gonna do, if you're thinking about it or you're watching a YouTube video or, hey, let me watch another YouTube video so I can learn more about it before I start. That's not doing the thing. You're gaslighting your brain into thinking that you're doing it, but you're not. You're not even close. You're stepping further away actually, because time is money. Time is a currency that you can't buy. And so by you watching another YouTube video, not taking action, not doing this, not doing that, you're actually hurting yourself more than just taking the action. And so that's what you kind of have to realize is even if you fail, even if you fall flat on your face, at least you're not wasting time. Something I also want to ask you guys is if you scroll through Reels or if you watch YouTube videos or whatever, can you name one thing that you learned? Can you name one thing that you watched? One Reel. If you can name one Reel that you watched after your last doom scroll, then you win. But you can't, because your brain doesn't remember these things. It just does it on autopilot. And so it's pretty crazy when you realize this and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really wasting my life away. By the way, here's the city, guys. Phoenix knows how to party. But you just gotta take action. You just gotta do the thing. I mean, conquer your brain and take action. And if you have taken action and you're not in the position that you wanna be in, then there's a reason for that. It's because you haven't conquered your mind or because you're not working hard enough. You're gonna say, Caden, you're not in the spot that you wanna be in? No, I'm not. Because 30 days ago, I was half-assing everything, and now I'm not. So either way, I moved the needle and got better every single day for 30 days straight, and that compounds. That really compounds. Hold on, I gotta get into my thing. Figured I'd finish it up where we started. So as I was saying, you have to conquer your mind. You're gonna say, Caden, you're not in the position that you want to be in, which is true. I'm not yet. But here's the thing is 30 days of Kaizen, of continuous improvement and trying your best every single day, genuinely trying your best every single day can change your life. I mean, it has for me. It 100% has for me. I'll go deeper into it at a later date. I started out, you know, of this 30 days doing what most people do. Doing what most wholesalers do. Calling sellers, getting properties under contract. You know, I was making like $500, $250 here and there. Nothing crazy. And I just thought to myself, I want to be in the owner's seat. I want to be the person who runs the business. I've had enough of the cold calling. I've had enough of this and that. And so that's what I did. I created an entire new business model, basically. Nobody's done it before. People have done like the general concept, but not to the scale that I'm doing it. And it's gonna pay out in dividends. And you know, I started my journey cold calling for a flipper and spent a year doing that and didn't really work out. Spent all the money I made on a mailing campaign for land, didn't work out. You know, did agent outreach while I was sleeping on my buddy's couch after dropping out of college and didn't work out. You know, went back to direct to seller and worked a little bit, but not really. And you might be thinking, Caden, why are you jumping all over the place? Didn't you literally tell us to just focus on one thing? And yes, I did tell you that. But I've been focusing on the general same thing for so long now. I just found that it's not my personality type. It's not what I enjoy to do. I wasn't excited to wake up and work every single day. That's the truth. I wasn't excited to wake up and work every single day. I have such high goals and such high ambition that if you tell me to sit in a room and do this, I'm gonna want to go to the next room and own the first room. But obviously I didn't have any money. You know, I moved to Arizona with 2 months living expenses. I didn't have any money, but I know the business. I know the business like the back of my hand. And that's another thing is I was getting into these rooms with people in this business that have been in it for 20, 30, 40 years. And even though I know the business, I was almost hesitant to talk as if I was on the same level as them, because obviously I'm not. But at the end of the day, I know the business. Why not just take that knowledge and apply it to something where I enjoy doing? So that's what I did. And like I said, I'll go deeper into it in another video. This is kind of just a recap of the 30 days. But I started out doing direct to seller and realized by about day 7, 6, it's the one with the quotes. Quotes that will change your life or something. It's the day before that or 2 days before that I started this. And I built it from the ground up, and I built it with no money, and it's working out. If you're one of the people that's helping me, accomplish this and working hard, then I'm truly, truly grateful for you, because I know that this is going to work out for you and I, and we're both gonna make a ton of money and a ton of connections, and it's really gonna blow us up fast because it's a niche that nobody's doing. So I do think that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I do think that you can continuously improve yourself no matter how down you are, because I am a direct representative of how much you can improve yourself. You just have to do it. It's literally it. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. If you don't do it, then you're not gonna succeed, because it's not gonna magically come to you. And like I said multiple times in this video, it's not pretty. It's not exciting. But once you get through the phase of it's not pretty, it's not exciting, even if you don't have a lot of money, you still can make it work, because I'm living proof of that. Literally living proof that you can make it work no matter what your situation is. I just wanted to say that. So throughout these 30 days, I guess you could say, found myself. That's kind of corny. I would rather say I conquered my mind. Now, I haven't mastered my mind, keep in mind, pun intended, but I have conquered it. I no longer wake up at 4 a.m., my alarm goes off and I snooze it. I get up out of bed, slap myself in the face, and I go to war. And so this is kind of what you have to do yourself if you want to succeed, is you have to conquer your mind and eventually master your mind. Because there's two people, and I've gone over this in previous videos, but there's two people. There's person A, who doesn't do the work, who you always fall into. They always say, hey, let's do it tomorrow, let's watch another YouTube video. And this is your subconscious mind. Just because you're scared of rejection and scared of failure, it's telling you that you have to do something. You have to watch another YouTube video. You have to do more research. Like I said, that's not doing the thing. Then there's person B, who just takes action, who doesn't negotiate with person A, and it says, hey, we're gonna be this person from now on, and this is how it's gonna work. And if you like it, great. If not, then screw you, I'm gonna do it anyway. Most of you are this person A. And to get to this person B, you have to conquer your mind. You have to do challenging things every single day. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've learned throughout the 30 days. Obviously, there's the business stuff, which is finally starting to pick up. Finally, after almost 2 years of real estate, finally starting to pick up, right when I need it the most. You just have to do the thing. You just have to do the thing. And you have to continuously do the thing every single day and continuously get slightly better every single day. Because if you don't, then what's the point? What's the point of all this? What's the point of living and breathing if you're not continuously getting better as a person, so that you can help more people, so that you can accomplish your dreams? Because all of your dreams and all of your end goals are on the other side of you doing the thing. Can we get a thing counter for how many times I've said thing in this video? But this applies to everything, It applies to business, it applies to life, it applies to relationships, it applies to eating habits, it applies to alcohol, drugs. I'm not doing any of that, but just in general. And you just have to stop negotiating with yourself. The main reason I made these 30-day videos wasn't to blow up on social media. And obviously it gained some traction. I got some subscribers, which thank you all for subscribing and everything. And if you haven't, click the subscribe button down below, because it helps me more than you understand, especially for a small channel like me. But the main reason I did this 30 days was not to blow up. It was to have a base, have a brief storyline, so that when I succeed soon and people come to me and they say, you got so lucky, I'll say, no, I didn't. Look at my YouTube channel. Look at the 30-day challenge. Watch those videos and see if I got lucky. I did not get lucky. If anything, I've been insanely unlucky. So no one's coming to save you. And I did this so that when I succeed, people can look back and have 30 full days of me grinding, of the hardest part of my life. This last 30 days has genuinely been the most difficult 30 days of my entire life. And you're gonna go through phases like that, but just know there's always light on the other side, and there's no light without dark. And the yin and yang, the Chinese got it right I believe it's Chinese. There is no light without dark. And there's always some dark in all aspects of light, and there's always some light in all aspects of dark. And if you're in that dark period, you need to find the some aspect of light and cling to it. And if you're in that light period, beware of the dark, because there's always going to be dark. There's always going to be highs and lows in life. So I guess I'll end it here. If you guys have been following along, I mean, realistically, there's probably like 10 people, maybe less, that have actually been following along this entire time. But if you have, I genuinely appreciate you. And if you're new, like and subscribe. Drop a comment. I mean, what do you guys think? You think I'm right about this stuff or wrong, or I don't know. Drop a comment and like and subscribe. And I want you guys to know that this is literally just the beginning. I mean, we're not even close to starting. And so my name's Caden Couch. If you don't know my name, there's no need to remember it because you'll be hearing it a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one.